Welcome to Your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 963. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, or perhaps you're at the stage where you need help reaching more readers to let them know about your book, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Writer Wednesday, everyone. I am your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 20 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things, my pillars here on the show, are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. And once again, good morning, everyone. Happy Writer Wednesday. And, first, I want to give a quick shout out to the Good Pods podcast app, especially those of you listening to me on it. Good Pods was kind enough to email me recently, or more likely their very kind AI algorithm did. It's a thought that counts. They let me know that Your Daily Writing Habit was ranked as number 15 out of all business podcasts on their app. And that is very humbling because I can only imagine how many tens of thousands of business podcasts are out there. So number 15, and that definitely blew my mind. Even more so when I checked out the list and saw the impressive podcast company I was in. Some of the names on there, I said, I can't believe I'm adjacent to those names. So thank you, Good Pods, and thank you, Good Pods listeners. And once again, happy Writer Wednesday. Each Wednesday here on the show, I share a quote that is pertinent to writing or being an author or all that other good stuff. I then find a way to apply it to your writing in the most actionable way possible. And this week's quote is more of an actionable piece of inspiration. Here it is. Once, if you told people you were self-published, they'd look at you like you were a smelly old jobless hobo just come off a dusty boxcar with soupcan shoes and a hat made from a coyote skull. Chuck Wendig. And that is quite the visual quote today. In some circles, some conversations, perhaps people that don't know any better, the stigma is still there. I'm talking about being self-published. The idea that self-published books are somehow less than traditionally published ones. And truthfully, I prefer the term indie published, since by self-publishing, in many ways, we are demonstrating our independence and taking charge of the process ourselves. And this is no small feat, especially since self-publishing your book is an investment in money, time, and what I'm going to talk about today, an investment in quality assurance. That's right. As an indie published author, you are responsible for ensuring that the final product, your book, is of high quality. And why is this? Well, for your reputation, obviously, but also, as I mentioned in the show opener, for the overall reputation of self-publishing. So I'm suddenly asking you, all of us who are self-published, to shoulder the reputation of the entire self-publishing industry? Well, yes, in a way. Who else is going to do it? As self-published authors, we have to be our own advocates, not just for our books and author brand, but really the reputation of the industry. Because again, who else is going to speak for us? Who else is going to stand up against the stigma? When one of us compromises, we are all compromised. So how do we do this? How do we stand up for ourselves and for self-publishing? And obviously, this is not something I can solve in one little podcast episode, but let's at least lay down a foundation of ideas to work with. You might even call it a 2022 Indie Author Manifesto. So here we go. And for those of you who are independently published or planning on becoming so, repeat after me. As an independently published author, I promise to hire an actual professional editor to edit my book, no matter how many friends, family members, and beta readers have already read it. I promise not to draw my own cover design or piece it together using stock images I do not own, or any other variation of graphic design unless I am an actual graphic designer. And even if I am, I promise to consult with another designer because I realize I am way too inside of the story of my book to have a clear understanding of the visuals that will make a great cover for it. I promise to hire any other additional consulting or assistance I need to ensure that the next time someone points at a quality issue in self-publishing, my book is not an example of that. I promise these things because I understand that just because anyone can self-publish a book without assistance or without investing anything, it doesn't mean it's the wisest, most responsible decision to make for myself, my book, my reputation, and for my fellow indie published authors. So what do you think? What did I miss on the manifesto here? What are some other things about books that you've seen that scream to you self-published? What are your pet peeves? What are your beefs? I would love for you to share them in my Inc. Authors group on Facebook. I always put the link in the show notes. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. Until tomorrow, happy writing.